Thank you. Ready? All right, let's roll, nerds.
All right, Judge, the first one is page 13. Fairman, come on up.
Catalina Fairman, come up. Ms. Fairman, you are charged with the offense of interference with the duties of a public servant. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. Officers were dispatched to a family disturbance, and the caller, the defendant's mother, stated that her daughter was walking around with a hammer and identified her daughter by name and as wearing a Barbie sweatshirt. In transit to the scene, the officers observed the defendant's prior mugshot and arrived and observed the defendant recognized by description in that mugshot. The defendant walked towards the officer, and the officers told her to stop, but she ignored them. She had her arms tucked into her sweatshirt, so they were not visible to the officers. The defendant attempted to walk past the officer, and the officer grabbed her arm, and she then laid on the ground and tucked her hands under her abdomen, and the officer struggled to get her arms out from under her. The defendant stated the defendant had a hammer in her left hand and would not let go. The officers then took her into custody.
What's she doing wrong? Was she walking while black? I mean, really, you tell me all she has is a hammer? She's walking around with a hammer. So I hammer stuff all the time.
Right, just what we have is there was a family disturbance. There was a description of her with the hammer, and she walked towards the officer, and the officer just told her to stop.
I mean, there's nothing. She's not doing anything. No one says that she's doing anything menacing with the hammer. She's walking with a hammer. I hang stuff on my house all the time.
Furthermore, Your Honor, there is more in the DIMS that in the complete DIMS, it says the complainant's defendant's mother identified her and said that the defendant's brother had taken a blue speaker, which upset the defendant. So the defendant went outside and kicked some trash cans over and pacing around a neighbor's vehicle holding a hammer. The complainant advised she was afraid of the defendant. So, yes, Judge.
Ma'am, I'm with you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to find no probable cause. Just hang tight with me for a second, okay?
Good, Judge.
Please. Just, yeah, take a seat for me. Hang tight, please.
All right, all right, Judge, counsel's approaching on page 29. Martin, come on up.
Yes, good morning. Hi, counsel. Vic, what was the last name again?
Martin,
Right.
on page 29.
Martin. That was a great show. John Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Martin, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the gun case, you were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. I'm sorry, what? Did I just say good?
I think it's quite safe.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like reverse. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. And on the gun case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Okay. On January 28, 2025, officers were dispatched to a wreck on Mesa Drive in Fairman. The defendant was sitting in the driver's seat when officers arrived and admitted to losing control of the vehicle and driving into a drainage ditch. The defendant stated he took some hydrocodone shortly before the crash, and the officer observed red bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteadiness on the defendant's feet. Standard field sobriety were performed. HGN, they found 6 out of 6, walk and turn, 5 out of 8, 1 leg stand, 2 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC, and the defendant consented to blood. The officer conducted a search and found in the vehicle a cooler with a beer in the back seat, a small bag of prescription pills prescribed to the defendant, hydrocodone, and a loaded Ruger SP-101 under the driver's seat within reach of the defendant.
Judge, I would just submit to the court, he's a retired veteran. It's my understanding he has a prescription for the hydrocodone for back issues.
Mr. Martin, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, then I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You need to understand that even if you have a prescription for controlled substances, if you take too much, you become intoxicated. If you're in a car, it's a recipe for disaster. Just don't. Do you understand? Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor, and license is eligible.
Okay, you need to be very careful. Don't take it if you're going to go drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you pick up a new case, if you use it irresponsibly, I only have one place for you. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my community. Do you understand, Mr. Martin? Now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stand to Mr. Johnson. He'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, you become a danger to my community, you pick up a new DWI, just, I'm gonna put you in jail. That's all I have. Do you understand? Okay? So for now, I'll have you go to Victoria. We're gonna have you sign a reset. After that, I'll get you to Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go. All right?
Judge, if I may just real briefly, got Hernandez on the docket.
Okay, that way, sir. Please.
It's from October, Judge. It's just asking for one step. He's finishing until the tree.
I mean, it's only 115 days, right? Yeah, I mean, really.
All right, Judge, next is page 25. Jackson, come on up. Counsel.
Is it Taishan Jackson? Taishan Miss Jackson, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed for you.
Yes, Judge. The complainant and the defendant are in a dating relationship. On January 28th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a disturbance in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer met with the complainant, who stated that she and the defendant were in a dating relationship and that she told the defendant she was drinking too much. The defendant and the complainant then got into an argument when the defendant punched the complainant twice and bit the complainant on the chin, causing pain.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do we know whether the complaining witness wants to have contact with her or not?
Looks like we attempted this morning, but we're able to get a hold of the complainant.
Okay. I want to do what the complaining witness wants. So until I know that she wants to have contact with you, I'm ordering you not to have contact with this person. Do you understand? Shh. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You understand? A protective order has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you violate the protective order, the state can and probably will file a violation of protective order. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. You understand? You know, in life, there are people that when they consume alcohol, they become very happy people. They're the life of the party. Everybody likes to hang out with them. They crack jokes. And then there are people when they consume alcohol, they turn into the devil incarnate. Get a clue. When you drink, this becomes you. For now, though, no consuming alcohol or illegal drugs. You understand? Tell me, do you have an income? Do you have an income? Do you work? What do you do with yourself?
I do hair. I do hair.
Okay.
Work hair from home.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, or would you like a court-appointed lawyer?
I can do it.
Sorry? You want one? Okay. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. I'll have you meet with Felicia for bond conditions, and then I'll have you take your seat in the jury box while I find your lawyer. Okay, ma'am? Please.
Right this way. All right, Judge, next is page 31. Matthews, come on up. I can sign it, please. I'm sorry.
Hey, so Felicia, no weapons, no contact, no alcohol, no dope. What was the last name?
Matthews.
Matthews, okay.
page 31.
You are Rebecca Matthews. Ms. Matthews, you're charged with failure to stop and give information, which is leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On November 5th, 2024, officers arrived to the scene of an accident and met with the complainant who had been in a wreck with the defendant. The complainant stated the defendant had made an unsafe lane change and struck her vehicle, damaging both vehicles. The defendant then exited her vehicle and began swearing at the complainant before stating she will take care of her own damages and leaving the scene, refusing to give the complainant any information. The complainant took pictures of the defendant's vehicle and license plate. At a later date, the officers were able to identify the person associated with the license plate, and the complainant was able to positively ID the defendant based on the photo the officer showed her associated with the license plate number.
So she took off.
She took off, and then they found based on license plate.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Have you run her license, Alex? Do you mind?
I ran her. Let me just pull it up.
Ma'am, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. Do you understand?
It's eligible, Your Honor.
If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have insurance, or you don't have insurance in your name, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, or would you like a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Okay, quarter 21.
Okay. Can you file those conditions, Alex, please?
Which conditions, Your Honor?
Just no driving without a valid license and liability insurance,
Yes,
please.
Judge.
Okay, I need you to fill out an application for me. So what I'm gonna do is Deputy Grant is gonna give you an application. I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions, all right? Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. We'll have you come up here momentarily, please.
Go ahead and sign it, Lisa. All right, Judge, next is page 4. Badon.
Going backwards.
For the resetting. It's a one resetting.
You're Stefan Badon. Mr. Badon, you're charged with tampering with a government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. This case is 755 days. Can you run his license, please?
Yes, Judge. It's not eligible, Your Honor.
You are not allowed to drive. That is a condition of your bond that I'm making now. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me, Mr. Badon, that you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. It's an offense in and of itself. Do you understand? Unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. One more thing. If you ever take off on me again, I'm going to make your bond so high, your head is going to be spinning. I'm going to appoint your lawyer today because we need to figure out where this case is going. It is extremely old. So I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'm going to get you to Victoria. We're going to have you sign a reset, and then I'll have you take a seat in the jury box, sir.
Judge, that was our last arraignment.
Okay.
No,
The-
Q.
Sorry.
Hey, Hugh, you ready? Come on up. Hey, good morning,
Kevin Halbert on Docket.
Albert.
Twenty-one.
Sorry.
Judge, it's an older case of 21.
Halbert. Okay, come up, Kevin Halbert.
Just get a quick reset so I can go over the evidence with him now that he's out of custody. And then we're still waiting on photos.
Where's this one?
You're waiting on what?
Photos from CW. Photos of
Okay.
CW.
Let how to see the insurance.
Mr. Halbert, your case is 1,122 days old. You will get a GPS monitor today, so I know where you are at all times. And if you take off on me again, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond, not, you were charged with assault. As a condition of your bond, you're ordered not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand? So how long is it going to take you to get all the evidence? Because I'm ready to set this thing for trial, Alex.
So I'm looking, it looks like we requested the photographs on the 18th of January of 2022. So we'll just an escalation request and we can get in touch with the officers and the complainant and see when we get those
Hey,
photos.
I'm not doing long resets. I'm doing short resets.
Yes, Judge.
You get on it,
Yes,
get your photos.
Yes, Judge.
Can you also put an offer in there? Is there an offer now?
Yes, there is, Judge.
Yes, Judge. There's a time serve offer and.
No, there's not a time.
No,
served
there's a
offer.
180-day offer. I apologize.
The offer is 180 days in jail. I'm giving you 2 weeks to decide what you guys want to do. Get the photographs as soon as possible, please. Send it to an investigator today if you need to, Alex.
Yes, Judge.
In 2 weeks. At that time, when you come back, you need to be prepared to accept either the offer from the state or I'm going to set your case for trial. Do you understand? Okay, see you then.
Thanks, Judge.
Mr. Come on.
Morning, Judge.
Hey,
I'm touching on two matters.
okay.
First, I have a motion to withdraw for Kaylin Jackson.
Where is Kalen Jackson?
He's here today in court.
It's 150 days old. I mean, we're ready to set these things for trial now.
Well, you know, he disappeared on me for a couple months. I've talked to him. I mean, he lost his job, so he's unable to pay, but I did explain the offer that he has, which is a PTI offer, so I do think he can get his case wrapped up without me.
Well, he can't do it on his own, you know? I mean, he can't. Kalen Jackson, come up.
So.
What do you do with yourself these days?
Right now, I'm working with my brand business to talk and videography.
So you are working,
Yes, I'm currently.
okay?
I just got it.
Your lawyer seems to be really upset with you. She wants to get off the case.
Sure.
It's time for you to work with your lawyer to work out a resolution. You know, do you work for free?
No,
Do you think she does?
no.
It's time to work things out. I mean, this case is 150 days old. You got to come a lot earlier. I get it that they go MIA, but you have also duty, have them come in, you know, periodically so that you guys can get on the same page and I'm setting your case off for a week. You guys need to get together to make things work out. Do you understand? Okay, so there is an offer that has been made in this case. I'm going to let them relay it to you. at the right time. It's a really good offer, but you guys need to be on the same page. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take a seat for me, sir. So let's set it off a week. I'm gonna have this print. He's gonna have to come back. Let's see if things have worked out for you.
At that point, we could just do a regular reset.
No, but let's see if things can work out for you. If not, then we'll talk again.
Okay, I mean.
Okay? No, but Ms. Turner, don't worry about it. But let's see if things work out. And then come back in a week and we'll see. Let me know if you guys are happy or not.
And then I'll also have Mr. Salazar. I received a bond violation report from him yesterday, for failing to.
Come up, Mr. Salazar.
January 8th.
We have court orders for a reason. And when you don't follow court orders, we have to take drastic measures, and that usually means putting you in jail. You were called upon to take a test and you failed to go. If it ever happens again, I'm going to revoke your bond and put you in jail. Do you understand me? As it stands, I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test now. So we will give you a normal reset unless it's something dirty. Then I'm going to bring him back and we'll take different measures. But you ever get called upon to test and you fail to go, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Take a seat for me, sir. Ms. Turner, this case is 220 days old. What are we doing? Where are we with it?
Your Honor, the last thing we have is that his license is not eligible, so he has to either rectify that or sign a no driving affidavit is what we have.
Yes, he's aware.
Okay.
We need to do that today as well.
Yes, sir. I'm just waiting on the application from him. He was working with ODO paperwork. I will make sure it's done as soon as possible.
And so no regular reset. I didn't realize it's as old as it is. We'll give him a week to get it done.
Okay,
If he doesn't have it done in a week, I'm gonna roll him day for day until he gets everything done.
will do.
Okay,
Judge Salazar?
Yeah.
To give her-
they haven't done it. I mean, he hasn't even done the application, Alex.
No, Your Honor.
Hasn't done shite, man. It's unacceptable.
Okay, so, just make sure that sounds like a good reason, and then she can go ahead and.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guilty.
Listen, Miss Bennett, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for 1. You need to understand that this charge is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's going to be there, it's even there after you die. This is important because you ever get pulled over again, officers, all they do is they look at your background. And if they see a lengthy background, it's just not going to go well for you. It doesn't matter if you're falling down, piss ass drunk. No, the mere smell of alcohol or dope, you will probably be looking at another DWI. What we're doing today, from now on, here in Harris County, you are facing, or in Texas, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand? No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. So if I were you, whatever you're going to do, don't get into a car because it's a humongous liability that you're in a risk that you're taking. What Max is asking me to do is to take off around $3,500 worth of fines and fees. The idea is that we all make mistakes, right? But you can't keep making mistakes where you endanger other people's lives. It's not fair. When it's so easy to hit one damn button on your phone for $30 to $40, you have a car waiting to take you anywhere you want to go on this. Do you understand? I want you to understand one more thing. It's unacceptable the way that you have been treating us here in court. You were ordered to get an interlock. You have not had an interlock since August. It's not.
Judge, did have it installed. There was
If it's in lockout,
I understand, and there was a
it's as,
issue with the money and all that, but yes, sir, we understand.
but you don't wait. If
You
you,
communicated with me, I didn't realize there was another option, Judge, and so I'm definitely taking the heat on that. So I came in
no,
to see if we could.
I'm not
remove
gonna let you. You were old enough to know that if you're ordered to have an interlock and it's not functioning, you're going to upset a judge. Do you understand?
Judge,
It just,
I'm gonna have to speak on that one, okay? Because I definitely communicate.
Let me know.
I said, I've been employed my whole life. When this stuff started happening, especially with the stuff with the other situation that happened going on, I let him know that I can no longer afford it. I didn't know there was another option.
And I neither, I told her we need.
but
and I
since
have not-
August, she's been in lockout, Max.
I have not drove, I Ubered everywhere I've been.
It's true.
I have.
And I helped her with that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
She has. She did. But it's,
So now I'm self-responsibility for it, and I just don't want you to think that I just deliberately disobeyed an order. I didn't have a choice, and I communicated it with him. I'm taking full responsibility. So for you to tell me that, oh yeah, I mean, I am old enough.
If you
and I
see,
understand.
and the lawyer has been notified and still nothing is coming of it, you gotta come to court, you know? When you have an interlock, it's supposed to be operational. And when it's not, that's a bond violation and it's a continued one, you know?
I understand.
I'm
taking full responsibility.
preparing you for the future, you know?
Yes.
Hopefully there is none, but you can't keep it.
Also, before all of this and the federal thing, she'd never been in trouble before. So this has been like.
No, I have an assault from 2010. I've got an ag assault in 2009. I've got a gun case in 24, you know? So it's not our first rodeo. It's not.
Okay.
And just,
She's like really upset about
the idea is we all make mistakes, like I told you, but don't make a mistake. I'm sorry. It's not a mistake. They're actions that you take, and you're old enough to know that actions have consequences, right? Especially when you're dealing with alcohol and a 3,000 to 5,000 pound missile that you're in. You could cause catastrophic injury, and that's what we're trying to prevent.
Understood.
All right. I am going to waive the fines and fees now, but you need to understand on a second offense, it's a minimum of $6,000 in surcharges and fines and fees if you pick up another DWI. So when people continue to make actions where they endanger other people's lives, it gets extremely expensive, not to mention costly with jail time. You understand? All right. The agreement you've worked out is 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement today, you can never change your mind. You can't say, well, I didn't know this was gonna happen. I didn't know this. Once you plead guilty, it stays like this forever. Do you understand? You still want to do this? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to it. I'm going to waive your costs, your fines and fees. There is a license suspension that is attached to this. I am going to suspend your license. I'm going to suspend it for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck, man. Thanks, folks. Please see the clerk.
Okay, great. We're just saying that here.
Kendra, do you need me?
Yes, Your Honor, I asked the court.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
Hi.
I'm coaching for Miss DeAndre Brunette. She's here
Okay.
and we may need to look at bond conditions.
She was for.
Okay, Miss Burnett, come up.
And I know she has a pending felony. The clerk's wet. I can't really pull the conditions up.
So we've got a ton of baggage here, and I don't understand how she has a discharging a firearm in an assault from October 29th. She picks up an aggravated assault in November, and then I guess the week later picks up a criminal mischief. So we have 4 open cases. Is that right?
Yes, Judge.
And we've never addressed any of the bonds?
She's been in custody for,
I don't know. Tell me.
she's been in,
You know.
when did you? Okay. So she was in custody for, right, from October until January, Your Honor.
Did you just make bond on the felony, I guess? Is that what happened? Yeah.
Right.
All right. So a surety bond was posted on the ag assault on 1/9. So let's talk about the complaining witnesses in all these cases. Who are they in relation to the aggravated assault? Any,
So in relation to the aggravated assault, we have not been able to make contact with complaining witness Johnson. But we have been able to make contact with the complaining witness Romero Perez, who was the employee at the business where the incident occurred.
is this regarding the criminal mischief?
This is regarding the assault.
Okay, what happened in the assault, please?
So, she visited, an office that day, and then, the defendant began threatening the complaining witness's children. And then, supposedly, in the office is the apartment leasing office.
Okay,
And then she went up to the child and then threatened the child and said, what did the exact language? Tell your mom that I'm still here, and pointed a weapon.
at the child.
Yes, Judge, a large kitchen knife.
That's a knife, okay.
Yeah,
So the assault is out of the same transaction as the ag assault then?
yes, she kicked the first complaining witness in the genitals, causing the employee from the.
Okay, now the criminal mischief, where's that from?
The criminal mischief
Or-
is from, a different complaining witness. He was at his home upon arrival. Officers made contact with him, and he advised that he was at his residence and wanting to watch their children, and or the defendant arrived at his residence wanting to watch their children. He did not initially agree. The defendant then became hostile and caused a disturbance. The defendant then drove her vehicle into the complaining witness's gate, damaging it, and subsequently reversed and sped away. Estimated cost to repair is $500.
And Your Honor, that they do have children together, and I believe the rip call, he doesn't want to move forward with the case.
Something very interesting. I don't know if you read this, but, okay, ma'am, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause on all your cases, and I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons and not to have any contact with the complaining witnesses in these cases. Do you understand? Did the felony court put a monitor on her or anything like that? This is very interesting. Let me read this to you. As part of the conditions on the felony court, it says, defendant must obtain a library card and read to her children.
Oh.
/ must attend a parenting class. That's really interesting. I've never seen that.
It's 228.
The 330. I don't know, but it says,
That's a visiting judge. That's a visiting judge.
interesting, right? Did you know about this condition? Okay.
Your Honor, one of the
I'm not gonna
CWs,
impose that, but. I
she does
just
have
found-
children with, I believe, the complaining witness on the criminal mischief, which is about the gate. And so I don't, just to help them co-parent, I don't know if we could just have no.
But I don't know if he wants to have contact with her. You know, before I allow you to have contact with this gentleman, I would like to know if he even wants to have contact with you. What if he doesn't want to? He may be scared of it. I don't know.
The complaining witness did say that he asked her to drop charges
Yes.
on the case.
Okay, so I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with, is it Andre, right?
Andre, yes, Judge.
Okay, do you understand? What is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think, it's what he perceives. From like this, that's could be threatening or harassing contact, so just be careful. You're lucky to be out with these 4 open cases. If I find that you're a danger to my public, you violate any of these conditions, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna make your bond extremely high. You know, you're probably not gonna have someone to pony up $15,000 worth of bond for you, so be very careful when you're out there. If you have a butting head relationship with this person, just be very careful. You understand? Now, we've given you a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Elick. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, likewise, I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. All right? Okay, just be careful, man. Self-control. Okay, all right, Mr. Elick. We just need you to sign these conditions and then you're good to go. All right, thanks.
Is that pretrial bond condition?
Yeah, with Fleischer. Yeah, no, no alcohol, no drugs as well, man. All right, okay, thanks, guys.
Judge, can we go over those one more time? My apologies. I thought these
So
were.
no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, no threatening or harassing contact with the gentleman named Andre, and then with the assault and that one, no contact whatsoever. And no going back to that leasing office as well. Okay.
Right.
Max.
Just one more word.
Right this way.
Okay. Ms. Turner. Hey,
I have two pleas.
hey, you ready? I'm ready.
Yes, Green and
Jordan Green, come up.
Lonnie Anderson.
Okay, we'll do them both. Good morning, Mr. Green. Good morning, Mr. Amazon. It's Amison. Okay, Mr. Amison, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. And Mr. Green, you're also charged with driving while intoxicated and interference with the emergency request for assistance. I'm assuming that one's going to get dismissed?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then for Mr. Anderson, his unlawful carrying will be dismissed as well.
What about the weapon? What are we doing with the weapon? Is it being forfeited? Okay. Guys, both of you are charged with multiple cases. It looks like you've worked out an agreement, whether you're pleading guilty to the DWIs, your other cases will go away. You need to understand that these cases will go on your record. They're going to be there for the rest of your life, even there after you die. This is important because when you get pulled over in the future, the first thing an officer does is they look at your record. If they see a prior DWI, they roll up to your window, they smell alcohol or dope, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand? What we're doing today probably will never happen again because from now on, well, I know you're telling me that, but you are now facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into these agreements. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You guys give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. You can never change this. It will go on your record. It will be there forever. You still want to do this, Mr. Green?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Amison, I'm going to find you both guilty. Sentence you to 15 days in jail, credit for 5. Mr. Amison, I'm going to send you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend both of your licenses for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. There is also a $3,000 surcharge that usually attaches to these types of cases. We all make mistakes, but the idea is that you don't continue to make mistakes where you endanger other people's lives. A second DWI, you're looking at a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention court costs. So get ready. You pick up another DWI, it's going to cost you big. Do you understand? Take an Uber, one click, $40 wherever you want to go. Good luck, gentlemen.
But I was actually, guys, are we able to waive the fees?
Well, that's what I was telling them. I'm going to waive it now because it's a first time. But if you continue to be boneheaded and pick up another DWI, it's going to be about $6,500 you're going to be walking out of here. Do you understand? All right, guys, good luck.
One last thing. Also, the suspension, are we able to run it concurrent with their current suspension?
I don't know. Let me look, see how they've been on bond. If they've been good on bond, then we'll talk. But if they've been, I don't want to continue to reward.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So let's talk. Let me then down the line.
I
and
have
then
one last one.
Okay, take a seat from you guys.
Gonzalez, just approaching her research. It is a little old, but she is going to do this. Yeah, I will have everything submitted, by.
Which Gonzalez? Chris, okay, it's 193 days old. Is she, obviously there's an accident and it's above a 0.15. What is it, Alex?
So yes, it looks like we have no mitigation packet yet for this because of
I'm
the,
setting it 2 weeks. She's got to be here with packet in hand. If she doesn't have it done, then that's
It
it.
will be done before then.
Okay.
Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah, because this one says.
So she's here.
Oh.
She asked me to cover next week. I'm over there working and then she walks in, I'm like. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Ay, ay, ay. Hi, Frank.
How you doing, Doug?
Ready?
Yes, sir.
What's going on with you?
David Torres, discovery is complete. It
Okay.
is sold, I think, 100 years. Like to require his appearance for next setting, results.
Yeah, okay. You got an offer?
Yeah, I got a new one today too.
Okay,
right.
I'll set you for next, or what, you know, up to 2 weeks, whatever you want.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Trey,
Good morning, Judge.
hi, good morning.
Here on a fugitive case, Mr. Kimble. Mr. Kimble wanted to talk to you about bond.
I'm happy to talk to you. Do you mind, please?
I don't have an answer on the, but yeah, I'll look at that just, but, we won't have that today. Okay.
How are you, man?
I had Julian down.
That's something? Okay.
So this, we get this.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Kimball.
How you doing?
Pretty good. So I've never met you before. I don't know who you are. All I know is that your lawyer is asking me to, I'm assuming, set him a bond, right? You know, you're wanted from somewhere. I don't know for what. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm going to set you bond. I got to get to know you in the short time that I have you here to see, are you a danger to my community? If we give you a bond, are you going to go back? I have no idea. So let's get to know him. Amy?
Judge, so he's wanted from Guadalupe County, New Mexico, aggravated battery against a household member with a deadly weapon. As the court knows, he's also being held in the 351st for credit and debit card abuse.
No, I had no idea. Say it.
And I believe they also just filed a motion to revoke his probation on the fraud use.
He's on probation too.
Yes, and they're motioning to revoke as well. He also has 2 bond forfeitures that I'm seeing, and then he has quite a bit of history with burglaries and.
My gosh. Whoa. So since 2007, possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, evading arrest, possession of a controlled substance, felon in possession of a weapon, attempted evading arrest or detention, tampering or fabricating evidence, evading arrest and previous conviction, burglary of a building, possession of a controlled substance, burglary of motor vehicle, evading arrest, credit card abuse, burglary of a motor vehicle, evading credit card abuse, possession with intent to deliver. And 1, 2, 3, 4 more burglary of a motor vehicles, failure to ID, possession of a dangerous drug. You're on probation for a fraud. You pick up a new credit card abuse, and you want me to set you a bond?
Can I please tell you something? If you don't mind me speaking.
Don't talk about the case.
I'm not talking about no case.
Okay.
I was in here, been held on, the case for defendant violence in New Mexico, right? And they just got called ATW twice. They did not release me. I was not released. They sent me back to my cell. And since they didn't release me, they ended up putting a credit card abuse on me. Now, I don't know, where that falls in or whatever, they just put it on me.
So if I can give you a brief synopsis of the timeline, Judge?
Sure.
So January 15th, he waived extradition for his New Mexico case, which is why we have the fugitive. He also had a Dallas County hold at the same time, which means the Dallas.
Here's another, not,
It's true, but Dallas County had 10 days to pick him up. So they did not pick him up in those 10 days. So let's say January.
I know that. I get it.
Let's just say, okay, so they didn't release the whole, they should have released the whole 25th. They didn't. What they did is instead, 3 days later.
Talking the Dallas County hold.
Dallas County hold. So what should have happened is that on the 25th, they released the Dallas County hold, which at that moment, there was no locals or anything pending, and they should have started the timeline for New Mexico to come pick him up. But instead, Dallas did not release the hold until I believe the 29th, because conveniently, on the 28th, the DA's office filed 2B charges on a credit card abuse from a case that they had had since November. So it just.
December. I see here, December 22nd, 2024.
I'm sorry, from December, you're right. So it just seemed like the timeline expired, and I believe Mr. Kimble's just really upset because if it should have worked like it should have worked, then, why didn't they release the hold in time? Why didn't the DA's office file it? It just seems like they're sort of dragging it along. I understand that he does not have a bond on his felony cases, and they did file the MRP. He has an attorney there who is gonna be requesting to set a bond there. What Mr. Kimble is asking is a bond here, even though, and I said, he's gonna be making the bond there in felony. So let's say his bonds get set in felony and his bond gets set here. He wants to bond out and go to New Mexico, address that case, and then he said he'll be back and forth. He's already got the MRP and the felony credit abuse case here. But he wants to be able to fight them in the free world, and he is willing to go to New Mexico, turn himself in. I've been in contact with his mother. And I guess just because of that lapse in timeline, it's kind of like why we're here, because, in part, if you have anything else to add, I think he just feels kind of screwed by the system on this. Is there anything else, Mr. Kimble, that I missed?
Nah, did she send the video to your phone? Oh, all right.
In 2023 alone, Mr. Kimball, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In one of the misdemeanor cases, you have presumably a bond at 5,010, which tells me that you've taken off on that case as well. You're on probation. You had a hold out of Dallas for, what did he have a hold out of Dallas for?
Violation.
Out of Dallas?
You're hopscotching with the states with the criminality,
No,
man.
I got them. Look, I had all the cases together and they gave me probation in Houston and Dallas. See, that's what you don't know. They dismissed a bunch of them cases has been dismissed. And I've been to trial twice. A bunch of them cases has been expunged on that record right there that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But they gave me probation in Dallas and Houston. Dallas supposed to transfer my probation to Houston. They did not transfer my probation to Houston. That's how I get a violation in Dallas. I never violated by kissing any new case. The only time I caught a case is when for the New Mexico, say something happened in a family violence in 2024. I'd never even been to New Mexico. The girl wrote a statement on me saying that I violated whatever. I understand. I know I don't supposed to tell you nothing, but I got videos. She's saying everything that she said is a lie. I don't even supposed to be having the case for I wouldn't even supposed to come to jail for that case. She has the videos in her phone. She can show you. She's showing her ID, everything, made a whole statement saying that everything that she said to me in New Mexico is a lie, bro. I'm just dry getting hold for this case.
We really.
I understand it.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, sir. I understand it.
It seems to me.
Yes, sir.
You get out, you pick up a new case. You're out, you just picked up a new credit card abuse 2 weeks ago. December 22nd, I mean, maybe 3 weeks ago, you just picked up another case. You're on probation in Houston, you're on probation in Dallas.
Yes, sir.
You got an open case in New Mexico.
Yes, sir.
I can't possibly give you a bond, Mr. Kimble. I think that I need to protect my community. And if I give you a bond, I'm scared that something else is gonna happen. I don't want you to pick up a 6th or 7th case,
I ain't pick up a case. I came to jail for a case a year ago for New Mexico. I was already on probation.
Picked up.
No, they just put a case on me while I was in custody. I didn't never get caught for anything. They just put a case on me while I've been in custody right now. This time, waiting on New Mexico and Dallas to come get me. They just put this case on me. They just put this on me.
I want to make sure that there are no more new cases get on you anymore. I'm not going to give you a bond because, Mr. Kimble, you scare me, you know? You do.
I never had an aggravated case. I never had an aggravated case in my life. You see my record, I never had an aggravated case.
I don't see, the only thing I see
I'm
is
saying
Harris.
everything you're saying. I never had an aggravated case out of Harris County, Dallas, anywhere in Texas, ever. Ever.
I believe you, but it's just way too much baggage, dude. Way too much.
But I'm saying you can't just set a bond on the case, and when I go to court, you know what I'm saying, I talk to my other judge, she give me a bond on them cases or whatever, where I can go handle everything that I need to handle so I can get out and be with my kids, you know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, so say if they do set the bond when I go to court, because he's gonna give me a court date in like a week or two, I'm gonna go to court, they're gonna set a bond for me. So they set a bond, now I gotta come back to your courtroom again for you to say, oh, well, I'm not gonna give you a bond or whatever. They got 14 days to come get me. When actually I really supposed to already been gone to either Dallas or New Mexico, because they called me ATW twice and they said they was not going to come get me. And we called to New Mexico. New Mexico said they didn't have any knowledge of me even being in jail on their warrant.
Is New Mexico, have they stated that they're gonna come get him?
Our indication at this time is that they want him, Judge.
Okay, they're gonna come get you. You know, the problem is that 14 days is told because you've not made bond on those cases upstairs. Once you do make bond at that point, that will get the 14 days for New Mexico to come get you. But Mr. Kimble, you've got a ton of priors. You're on probation in two different counties. You got okay, regardless, it's too much baggage. I'm not gonna give you a bond. You scare me, dude. That's it. Really, you know, sometimes the bill comes due. Now is that time. It's not gonna happen anymore. Okay, thanks. Hey, ready? Hi.
We're approaching on an off-docket case that's set for tomorrow. I can give you the cause number.
Sure, okay.
It's 235-4722.
Jackson?
Aiden Corral.
Okay.
He has two older cases and one new one. There are immigration issues, so offers have been made. I need to meet with him to discuss them and also have them reviewed by an immigration attorney. So I just need a few more days to get all that done.
How long do you want?
Just 4 days.
You can have 4 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep, I'm ready to go.
So Mr. Badon, he is right here in the box.
Last name?
Badon, B-A-D-O-N.
Okay.
I just got it today. I know it's dreadfully old. If he fixes the registration and has a driver's license, they'll dismiss it. So we just need time for that.
Yeah, I get it. 800 days old to try to get a license in this case.
No, I think he has a license. Do you want to talk to him?
Does not have a license. We looked him up. Right, so that's gonna be probably a very long and arduous process for him to get his license. Can you run his record, please, Alex? When is the last time he even had a driver's license? Has it been over 2 years?
I'll run it, Your Honor.
Please. The problem is that if he hasn't had a license for 2 years or it's been expired for over 2 years, he's gonna have to test on everything, you know? And I'm not prepared to sit here and wait for months for this to happen for him.
I just wanted this 30-day reset. We can't do it. We can't do it. I mean, I just got hired today.
I'm gonna give you time, obviously, but
Looks like the expiration date was August 6th, 2023. So.
It was not super.
So.
If represent me can fix that. So I just want to get him 30 days to try to do that.
Mr. Badon, come up. Hey, I will give you the 30 days, but I'm putting an ankle monitor on him. It's too old and he's taken off too many times.
Oh, okay.
So I'm putting an ankle monitor on you and I'm telling you, you take off on me again, I'm gonna make the bond so high. It's no more PR bonds for you. Do you understand me? You have 30 days to figure this case out. You're out of time. So if I were you, I would get on it today. Don't wait a week before you have to come to court to start working everything up. Do you understand? So 30 day, next time he must appear, it's plea or trial. Can you put an offer on the case, please?
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, can you give him a G?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so he can't leave yet. He needs to sign with pretrial. So just GPS waive fee, please. No driving.
No driving.
You ready?
Yes, Judge, so this is gonna be on Juarez. I need to give you his case number because he's actually set Friday.
I got it.
Oh, you have it already? Oh, yeah, of course, one second.
What's the number?
It is 2502034.
Thank you.
Let's go to lunch one. Ya trata de decir todo. Sí, señor, no, señor juez.
Y conteste a voz alta, por favor.
Yeah, you gotta abandon it, right? Right, okay. You are Guillermo Juarez.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Juarez, you're charged with assault of a family member. Shh. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand several important things. By pleading guilty to this offense, which is what you're doing today, there is an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another case like this again, you will be facing a third-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. If this doesn't have to be a drag-down brawl where you punch someone, kick someone, knock them out, all you need to do is literally grab someone's arm and squeeze enough to where it hurts. And you can be looking at up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand? You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are immigration issues. You can either be deported, excluded from the country, or denied naturalization under federal law. You were lucky to get out of jail if you're not in this country with permission. You go back again, it may be very well the last time you were out of custody, get out here in Harris County. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm gonna find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to it. Please see the clerk.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you were finding is permanent fine?
Yes. Yes.
They didn't include it in the plea.
There is an affirmative finding of family violence. I will write it in.
Yeah, we'll do. They don't write it down.
Why is that surprised?
Actually, I think she's in charge of the she can talk.
Hi,
Good morning, Your
Ben.
Honor. Two maybe.
I wish it was always under better circumstances. Shh, you know?
I had an opportunity, I'm here on, Mr. Caleb Jones, judge, took a look at the bond violation report here.
I haven't even seen it. All I know is that we have another bond violation.
Well, I've had a chance to discuss it and, help break it down, and make it as digestible as possible, judge. Essentially, we have some minor GPS violations, a 20-minute exit during curfew about 10 o'clock, and 2 late arrivals, 10:06. And 1 positive BAC.
There were.
Come up, Mr. Jones.
Multiple IVs. They're on the report that was sent
I looked at
for the first, second, and third.
Yes, Judge, and those reports being referenced there were follow-up rows that showed a declining level on those, unless I'm mistaken.
They go down and then they go up again on the.
Doesn't matter. It's no tolerance. We've been through this over and over and over. At what point do you get it, Mr. Jones? This is, how many bond violations do we have here now?
I believe this will be the third.
No.
Last time, I believe, Judge. That's why I said 7502.
Because I was generous with the 2 portion, but it's not just 2, Ben. We've had probably 5 or 6 bond violations. All I know is that you are testing positive, you're in violation of your curfew again. What am I supposed to do? Just continue to let you go?
No, I understand that, Your Honor, but I don't know what I can say about the breathalyzer, sir, because I don't drink. I don't drink at all. I don't know why that the thing was doing that. I had to go back to the Smart Start place the next day, and because they have those little tubes that stick out of it.
I
But
don't,
I don't know. I mean, if you look at the test, you can see that I haven't failed any of my other breathalyzers, and even some of the breathalyzers will say like 1 minute it's failed, and the next minute it's like lower and then higher, and I don't know. But all I
have a
know.
confirmation of alcohol, Felicia?
From the portable device records, yes, they were provided to everybody in the email.
Judge, I'd have an opportunity to look at those, just to clarify, in regards to that, there are other instances where we do have BAC readings, Judge, and there are follow-up blows that
Those were
show.
not confirmed as alcohol consumption.
And they will say, not confirmed. But we have some that are confirmed. He's blowing on his, or he's not
There
in.
was not a follow-up test on this positive, Judge.
No, I'm revoking your bond, Mr. Jones. It can't continue. No, goes with you.
I don't know what I can tell you, Your Honor. I'm not drinking or doing anything. Like,
I have evidence that shows me otherwise.
why can't-
And it's over, and it's over, and it's over, and it's over.
Can't we
This
put
is
me
a
on, like,
4th, 5th violation that we have, Mr. Jones.
why can't we put me on like the ankle monitor drug thing or something like that so I could prove to you that I'm not?
We had that.
I
We
never
took
had
it
that.
off.
No, I was never on that, Your Honor. I was.
Judge, if the court would consider additional conditions, Judge.
I have done everything in my power not to put him into custody. I have let him go over and over and over every time. And I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Something is going in your body that's causing it to test positive for alcohol. He goes with you. That's it. I told you last time, it's no tolerance. You're blowing your GPS, the curfew anyways. Goes with you.
Judge, if I may follow up on instead of move on from Mr. Jones. And also, speaking with Mr. Nayland on the case, again, I'm covering for him. My understanding was we were hoping to have a trial setting for this
Let's
particular case.
set it for trial now. It's just way too much drama for me. I'm done with it. I'm ready to put this thing to bed, and that's it. So I'll give you a trial date today. I'm setting the bond at, it's 7502 now. No, it's gonna go more than that, 12,503.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So
Sorry.
Judge, March 11th for a trial date?
What's the soonest you want, Ben?
Or the 18th?
Give me one moment. I do have his calendar here, so I can at least see if there's any immediate conflicts. Judge, if we could do the 18th, that'd be great.
Anything you want, Ben, I'm happy to give it to you. Really. Let's get this thing done. You know, once and, yeah, I'm with you. Okay, but thank you. You ready?
I'm here on Francisco.
Okay. Is Mom here today?
Mom could not make it over, Your Honor. I've spoken with my client, Your Honor, about the second violation, and he was.
It's not a second violation. This is 3rd or 4th. You know, his first was like, he picked up the new case. Right. Come up. You are obviously not taking this seriously. You continue to break your curfew. Tell me.
So my client graduated from high school. While he was in school, he was working on the weekends at a tire shop. But since we have a PTI office of restitution and community service, he wasn't making at the tire shop. So now he's working with his mom and her cleaning business. She cleans residential and commercial properties. And he's also working with his mom's boyfriend doing construction. And so, last week, Thursday, they were out cleaning and he got in 20 minutes after the curfew.
How do I know that he's actually working? I mean, am I supposed to take his word for it?
Well, Your Honor, I should say mom couldn't make it today, but she does have, a cleaning business and that's why he was late last week, Thursday. He will have his community service completed tomorrow and he says he will have money for the restitution by Friday.
He, on the 18th, he got home nearly 11 o'clock at night.
That was, right, and that's why mom was here yesterday. That day was the quince añera. He had ordered, my client had ordered an Uber driver. He sent me a screenshot of the Uber canceling his ride at 8:40 so that he would be home on time.
Show me.
Okay.
Show me.
I will, I give,
What is he offering this case, Alex?
Let me see, Your Honor. For this case, it is $1,000 restitution plus 30 hours community service, and we'll dismiss.
Bless you. How much of the community service is done?
24 hours. He says he'll have the rest of it finished tomorrow.
Okay,
And he says he'll have the money by Friday.
okay. Let's do this. I'll set it for Monday. Then, if you were ever late again, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? I don't care what you're doing. You're not supposed to be at a party anyways. You're supposed to be behaving yourself. You're supposed to get home at a certain time. You're not to pick up any new cases. You're not supposed to use any kind of drugs or alcohol. Do you understand? The next time you're late, I don't care what your excuse is. You will stay with me. Your bonds are at 10,000 something now. They're going to double, if not triple next time. Do you understand me? Okay, we'll see you Monday. Shreya.
I'm here on Xavier Hunter. Just a heads up, Judge, he did go get drug tested today and confirmed up clean.
Wonderful.
So, can I waive his appearance for the next setting?
Is he here?
He is here, he's here with his parents, he's a high school student.
Can you bring him up, please? Or is mom and dad here? Or are they not?
They stepped out. Are mom and dad outside? Oh, there they are, sorry.
Come on up. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Mom and dad?
Yes. Yes,
How's
sir.
it going?
Better, a lot better.
Is he behaving himself?
Yes, sir.
Great. That's what we want. We want you to strive. I don't want you to become just another statistic. I want you to become the best person that you can be. And it starts right here. Knowledge is power. When you have knowledge and when you know things, you go real far in life. If you want money, it always starts right here. It doesn't start right here. It's right here as well. If you have the heart, you have the knowledge, you can do anything in this life. It's already hard enough being a young Black man in society as it is now, today. Don't make it any harder. With you picking up these criminal cases, that's all you do. You make life even more difficult than it is. Do you understand? Get an education. Don't pick up any new cases and don't smoke any weed. Do you understand? Okay. I'll waive the appearance. Just make me proud. That's all I'm asking you to do. Okay, you guys have any issues, come back, talk to us, and we'll try to straighten anything out. Okay? All right, guys. Take care. Carson.
Adam Gonzalez, driving my license invalid.
Yeah, that's we've literally been resetting this thing since October for restitution. He doesn't have it done.
Restitution, Judge.
I'm sorry, registration.
And that's been registered. The issue were the traffic tickets, the 4 outstanding traffic tickets to get the license valid. There's, I think that's there. No.
Is Mr. Gonzalez here?
No, so I've been on this case since the 24th of October, and I negotiated the PTI. He has been diligently working with the traffic ticket lawyer. He's gotten 3 of the 4 tickets removed. The last one's a speed ticket out of Brazoria County that is set for March 26th. I provided Kelsey well, it's a driver while license invalid. I mean, I don't know what to say. He had a lot of outstanding.
I mean, is this a new case? When did he just get
No,
this?
July is when it was filed. I've been on it since October.
No. That, the new case out of Brazoria County, is that?
They're all old traffic tickets. That's why the license was invalid. I just wanted the court to know, I provided registration to Kelsey this morning. The car's been registered. The 3 of the 4 traffic tickets have been handled. He showed me the certified letter setting the traffic ticket case for a hearing or something on March 26th. It should be done after that date. That's my point.
What's happening at that hearing?
I pay fine. I mean, I don't handle traffic tickets, and I certainly don't handle them in Brazoria County. But I'm assuming that.
I mean, if he just goes there and pays a fine, that's going to be like plea of guilty, then they're going to suspend his license again. You know what I mean? So.
Also, would probably his traffic ticket, if I was handling the traffic ticket, I would recommend doing a deferred adjudication. So.
Adam Gonzalez, come up. I hope that he has a lawyer out there.
Sorry?
I hope that he has a lawyer out there.
He said he does.
Do you have a lawyer for did you say Brazoria County? Do you have a lawyer?
You have a lawyer.
Okay. Your case is 200 days old. I'm done playing games. I'm not going to just continue to reset in hopes that it gets done. So what we'll do now is you're saying what is the day that it's supposed to be taken care of? Okay. I'm going to set your case for trial today for probably a week out after that thing is done over there. If you do what you're supposed to do and that case gets taken care of, that will take care of this case as well, right, Carson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you don't do anything on that case and that case still lives or has to get reset again, I'm putting you to trial here. I'm not going to continue to reset this thing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So you said March 29th, right?
26th, Judge.
That is a Wednesday. So I'm going to set your case for trial for April 1st. That is the following Tuesday. If you've got everything done, then this case should be dismissed before that point. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff. All right, guys.
Jeff, what date was that?
April 1st, jury trial.
Thank you.
Hi, Lori.
Mr. Marcus Mutes.
Okay.
Okay, 311.
Good morning, Mr. Mukes. Mr. Mukes, you charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 5 days in jail with credit for the 5 days that you've done. Is that right? Has he been in custody the whole time? No.
No, he hasn't been in custody the whole time.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. This will go on your record. It's a minimum of 30 days in jail next time. Do you understand? Do you still want to do this?
You have to speak out loud, sir.
Yes, sir. How do you plead to the offense of criminal trespass? I'm going to find you guilty. I'll follow the agreement. Good luck to you, Mr. Meeks. All right. If it's enhanced, Evan.
Oh, should you complete? Yeah. I still don't have it. Oh, you have this?
Hey. Hi. Yeah.
Lopez, Uriel. This was one that was reset from the storm.
and he is supposed to be here today. I sent a notice, email,
Okay, you know, home?
text message, he's not here.
Okay, I got you.
You want to send it from block folder to or?
No, it's 221
I
days.
understand.
Yeah, 5,001.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. You want to withdraw or do you want to stay? Okay, it's up to you.
Thank you.
Happy to have you.
What did you just said?
18 for.
Sure. Yeah. Can you hold it back, please?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you.
I'm just waiting on the interpreter for this.
Got it.
So I'm not.
Hey, Judge, the couple that posted bond, they don't need to be here on the 14th, the fugitives.
One of them was already dismissed because of the release on the hold for the.
Wow, which one got released?
Ari Smirty?
I know, it's mine.
Is that the wife or the guy?
I swear to is mine, but Beck is the husband. I'm done, everyone.
Wait, so you had the wife and that one got dismissed?
Yeah, that one got.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Do you have contact info with them?
No, it's okay. I don't have it on me. She had been blowing me up like that. I'm just like.
Really?
Thank God.
So look, all that stuff counts out of court. You know?
Sit here and chill for like text messages.
Why not? I mean, if you take a phone call and it's anything more than a
It's
minute,
been text messaging for every day for 30 minutes. But
I think that stuff adds up.
it does. But we'll see. Yeah.
It's Johnson.
Yeah.
First, I just want to apologize about yesterday.
Stop. You're fine. Really. It happens. It's not a big deal.
So I'm approaching on Elijah Nichols today. It's a PTI case. He is a bid class and restitution. He's finished.
Go ahead and sign for your Lisa.
He's finished the BIP class. The thing is, Judge, he lives in Lubbock and he's homeless. I have a picture of the cashier's check for restitution. It's made out at the Harris County Restitution Center. He said he mailed it yesterday.
No, don't do that. Someone's gonna take it.
Well, it's a cashier's check just to Harris County, so nobody else can really do anything. He couldn't make it down here, Judge. He lives up there and he's homeless. He doesn't have any way to pay it in person. He doesn't know anybody down here.
I mean, what I would suggest is him get the money to you and you kind of make the payment because
Well,
who knows how long that's gonna.
no, I know, Judge. Yeah. When he only had cash, he couldn't get it to me.
Cash App, Venmo, bank to bank. I mean, I don't know. So, okay, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I guess set it off for a week.
Yeah, that's fine with me. And then if we want to.
We'll see if they actually got it and processed it, and then I guess we'll go from there,
Appreciate it.
So we'll set it for 1 week, waived. So you sent you a picture of the,
I can show it to you, Judge.
no, you're an officer of the court. I trust you.
I made sure all the right things were on there, on the
Okay.
check.
And make sure he mailed it.
Make sure you mailed it. I said, please send me proof, but he didn't. He said, I just put it in the mail. But.
Okay,
he
I guess
said-
we'll set it off a week. We'll see if it happens.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Okay, awesome, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's fine.
Rebecca Matthews? You go sign for your bond conditions, you need to give your bond. And then you'll get your second.
Should I generate it or just wasn't very clear? Hey, the Highlanders over there. I just found them that. They even provide
You copy the bond condition, there's your visa, you're going to go and then you get a time of yeah, so you have time. So that's what happens. So you have first 10, to go that new training. Pretty good. Attorney for Johnson? Attorney for Johnson. Okay. I don't know.
Council for Lisa.
Hi, Mr. D. You were 8 today?
Yes, ma'am.
How's it going?
Good, no, what I need to do.
Hey, yeah, you had a bad day yesterday, but all the drug tests you said today come back negative. I know, I know, it's like 5 people. And you had to struggle with have a good day, Mr. D.
Of course.
Hello, so I just had a question. So we do jury selection on Tuesdays and then we start testimonies Wednesdays. So for next Tuesday, what time do we usually start jury selection and
As
things?
soon as we get the panel, so we'll order it right at noon on Monday. And that will tell us where we are in line. So we usually get a panel like 9:30 to 10.
Okay.
So we start pretty early and we're usually done by like, 1,
Okay.
latest.
And then we start the next day at
Like right at, as soon as the jurors get here, I tell them all to be here at 8:30. As soon as they get here, we do arraignments. After we're done with arraignments, we go.
Okay, cool.
So we usually start around 9:50, 9:30
And then
with
like,
testimony.
Yes. Like, yeah.
Josh, do
Yeah.
you need me? Or no?
We had a plea set up, but it's kind of been pulled, I think, this morning, so I don't know.
Yes, that one we needed to do a few more below numbers, to see if we could call about restitution.
Okay.
We'd already signed the paperwork and ready to go. I don't know. They've tried before, if we've been reset, I think 4 times for restitution, and haven't got any response from them, so I don't know.
And I get that, we're just, we're trying.
What's the last name?
What was the-
Johnson, Imani Johnson.
Page 26. So this is the last reset, we're moving forward without restitution.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, some people just, they don't want to be found. They don't, I guess, care about money, no matter how many times you've reached out. I mean, it's 230 days. You've reached out 4 times already?
Right, yes, sir. She'll be back in like one moment. We just give it like 5 minutes and see.
The complaining witness? Oh, okay, I guess let's wait 10 minutes then, see?
Just see if we, just really quick.
And just document, so that if they comes back later on where they call and complain and you say, well, no, I've called you this time, I've called you this time. I mean, what do you want? Hi.
Hi, good morning, Judge. Mine should be quick.
Sure.
I did have a case that was on docket today. It might not be anymore. It was dismissed. It said 254.
Wait. 254.
2544926. Last name is Martinez Peralta, and I was just approaching on the dismissal, Judge.
It has not been oh, yeah, our case has been dismissed, yeah. Today? No, yesterday.
Yes, yesterday, yes.
Dismissed, yeah.
Just approaching on the signature. Do you need a copy?
I mean, I can give you a copy. I already signed it. I signed it yesterday.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want a copy, we can give you a copy too.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hi, can I help you right away?
Yes.
Hi, Judge, may I approach?
Hey, what's up?
Judge, I'm being appointed to Mr. Kendrick Davis this morning, and he's in custody.
Okay, that makes a difference.
Oh, and Judge, I'm so sorry. This is our new intern, Miss Olivia.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Oh, so we need to set a bond. Is there no bond now? Do you mind bringing them out, please? Thanks. His birthday's in 5 days. He'll be 22?
Yes, Judge, 22.
Then I'll move into the
Morning, Mr. Davis. Sir, you were charged with evading arrest or detention. On that case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're also charged with failure to identify oneself to a peace officer while being a fugitive from justice. That kicks it up to a Class A, so you're also facing a year and or a $4,000 fine on those cases as well. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 31st, 2025, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle run a red signal light at the 3400 block of Live Oak Street in Harris County, Texas. The officer further observed the vehicle completely failed to stop at a red signal light and activated his emergency equipment and conducted a traffic stop. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was observed to be behind the driver's seat of the vehicle, and the defendant stated that he does not have his identification card with him, and the defendant gave a fictitious name of Fisher Leroy with date of birth January 1st, 2006. The officer ran the name through NCIC and found a DPS picture that does not remotely resemble the defendant. The defendant was asked if he was given the correct information, and the officer walked back to his patrol vehicle to double check, and the officer then observed the defendant exit the vehicle and sprint away despite giving him orders to stop. The officer ran after the defendant and observed the defendant get into another vehicle, the passenger side. The other vehicle drove away, and the officer gave the last direction of travel over the radio, but was not able to locate the vehicle. The officer walked back to the defendant's vehicle, secured it, and conducted an inventory check, finding a debit card inside with the name Kendrick Davis. The officer ran the name through NCIC and found a hit with a date of birth of 2/10/2003 with multiple Class C warrants, and ran a driver's license check with the defendant's picture and with date of birth. The DPS picture matched the defendant, and he was able to positively ID. And that's it, Your Honor.
So I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. The reason I'm bringing you out now is because there's no bond that's set on your cases, and we have to set you a bond. One of the things that I use to determine on what to set a bond is how dangerous you are, because I've never met you before. I don't know you. And all I know is that you've got a birthday in 5 days. So he's on bond for an aggravated robbery now, right?
Yes, Judge. It's my understanding, I think it was a 2B, it looks like. I don't believe bond conditions and everything were put in place until a few days ago.
Okay. So the charging instrument was filed November 13th of 2024. I think that you may well be right. In that case, it says here, a Kendrick Richard Davis hereinafter style the defendant heretofore on or about August 12th, 2024 did then and there unlawfully while in the course of committing a theft of property owned by yada, 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 with intent to obtain and maintain control, intentionally and knowingly cause bodily injury to the complaining witness by using and exhibiting a deadly weapon, namely a firearm. Complainant McSweeney advised that defendant Davis proceeded to pull a pistol from his waistband and pistol whip him with it multiple times on his head and face area, causing multiple cuts and bruises to his head and face area. As he proceeded to fall down on the ground, he continued to strike him in the head and face area with a closed fist and then stomp on his face with his foot. Complainant McSweeney stated that he was in fear for his life and felt severe head pain as a result of the assault. I see that he has also picked up an evading arrest in a motor vehicle the day after our two cases. How? Oh, I guess that's how they caught up to him, right?
They must have. They found him, and that's when they arrested him on that, and then he got picked up on, I believe.
Okay, so what happened in that case? Is he like driving 100 miles an hour? Is he just?
Yes, Judge. It says that the officer observed the defendant conduct an improper turn and failed to turn into the correct designated lane. They activated their lights and sirens, and the defendant evaded at speeds of 90 to 115 miles per hour for 3.5 miles on the highways and multiple residential and business streets.
Okay. I think that you are an extreme danger to our public, and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect our public. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order you not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what is going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building. You have to say 50 kittens. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also putting in this affidavit that you're not supposed to be in possession of any weapons as well. If I find that you have a weapon, because I don't know if you're going to get out or not, and because these cases, because of the nature of the aggravated robbery, because of the nature of this one, I'm making his bonds high, you know? I'm going to set them at 20,000 each.
So can I make an argument?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thank you,
I
Judge.
don't want to get ahead of myself, please. Yes.
So I was appointed to Mr. Davis this morning. I was able to talk to him a little bit in the holdover. We are requesting PR bonds for both of the cases. He's 22 years old. He's lived in, or I'm sorry, 21 years old. He's lived in Houston his whole life. He has a lot of family in Houston, his grandparents, mom, daughter, and siblings. Prior to being in custody, he was working at Builders First Source for around a month. Mr. Davis also lives with his grandfather who has cancer. Mr. Davis is his caretaker, is my understanding. Mr. Davis has no savings and was found to be indigent by the court, so we are requesting a PR bond.
I think that he is an absolute, just a complete danger to our public. I can't possibly give him a PR bond due to the nature of both of the charges that you are facing now. I think that you're a flight risk. You've done everything in your power to evade capture. You've produced false names. So I find by clear and convincing evidence that you're an extreme flight risk. You're a danger to our community. And I'm going to set your bonds each at $20,000. I don't know if you're going to be able to post bonds, but if you do, I'm going to order you under house arrest if you do get out. And I'm going to order you to obtain a GPS monitor on your ankle. Like I said, you will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not to be in possession of any weapons and not to drive any vehicle whatsoever for any reason. If you do, I can have a contempt hearing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I guess the felonies are set for April 7th. I don't like to set them out too far just in case. If you want to, we can do up to 30 days. It's up to you.
That's perfect.
And then we'll come back. I don't know. We'll see what circumstances have changed, and then we'll go from there and just keep us in a loop.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I need you to sign this for me. I need him to sign bond conditions with Felicia, and then after that, it's pretty done. Okay.
Do we excuse?
Yes, ma'am. And thank you for everything.
Martinez, judge for plea.
This way,
Please.
That's for the next one.
Mr. Martinez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have a bond violation report where it's alleged that you have consumed alcohol when we have ordered you not. No, that if I find, I will put you in a, do you understand? If you are unable to stop, I am giving you the opportunity now. If you are not able to do it, we are going to do it my way. And I promise you, you're not going to like the way that I do it. On this probation, if you do not have a license, you are not allowed to drive. If I find that you drive, you're looking at up to a year in jail. I will issue a warrant for arrest. I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to have a hearing. And if they prove to me that you violate any of these conditions, you are looking at an entire year in custody. Not only that, but if you are not in this country with permission and you go to jail and you do anything more than 4 to 5, 6 hours, immigration sweeps it on a daily basis. You already know what the administration is doing to undocumented persons. So if you're not here, you best be on living with a halo above your head. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement with me today, you either complete it successfully and you go on your merry way, or you violate this, we issue a warrant and you're looking at up to a year in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
It is a 1-year jail sentence. I will probate it for 2 years. For you to successfully complete this thing, you must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. This doesn't say DWI education class. I'm assuming it's supposed to be a DWI education class,
Yes,
right?
Judge, it's supposed to be a DWI class.
This needs to be refiled.
We'll refile it, Judge.
Are you wanting a victim impact panel?
Yes, Judge, we'll refile it today.
None of that on here.
I think what happened was Bernadette was here and she had looked at everything. And they said that because there's gonna be whatever the TRS conditions are, I think she actually had Kelsey remove those. Is that right, Bernadette?
So record, yes, sir. We would just have it as written in a note, but we can put it on the.
Wait, is this a second or something?
Yes.
No, it's not a second. He has a pending one out of Tarrant County. That was in 2019. He was placed.
That's an open DWI right now?
Not anymore. He is on a deferred adjudication for 22 months out of Tarrant County. He started on January 6th last month. So he had 2 firsts is what's going on. And that's why after talking to Bernadette, that's why we did 24
And
months.
he's testing positive for alcohol now?
Yes, Judge, that's why we put it on the screen. We'll have it reversed in Harris County was because of the open one. Or the previously open case. Is why we got the device.
He tested positive for alcohol at 1:45 in the morning.
Should I anticipate the TRS recommending civil court?
Oh. This is a second bond violation report.
And that's why
It's a
a
second
2-year.
bond violation. He has an open DWI in another county, and now he's consuming alcohol.
Judge, the first one was from 2019 and he didn't have court until they didn't realize or didn't come to anyone's attention until he got this one. Then the officer told him, you have something open in Tarrant County, you may want to contact them. That's when he contacted them and then he told them, yeah, come to court for that. So it kind of fell by the wayside. I don't know what happened.
For something. You get about a list of documents this high from lawyers advertising to you that you have an open case. I have to imagine that he knew about the open DWI in Tarrant County. Now he picks up another DWI. Now we're on a second bond violation report.
He's on probation over there now, Judge, and he'd be on a 2-year probation here.
No, this is not a good deal, man. I think that we're setting him up.
I think once he does the TRAS and if they recommend civil court, which they most likely will, I think he'll be getting the help that he needs. I mean, he's 25 years old. So he understands that, he'll have to.
I think that I would prefer to do it first, you know?
What do you mean?
Do the TRAS first so we know exactly what, because I mean, I would require, because of the nature, I'm going to do a repeat offender DWI education class number 1. I had no idea that he has an open one. Now he's got 2 BVRs. I don't think I'm ready to do this today.
Okay.
Not only that, you're on your second bond violation. You're continuing to consume alcohol and you have an open DWI in another county. It's unacceptable.
Well, that one's closed now, Judge. He's on probation.
I understand.
He's on probation.
But he's on probation. I mean, he's had it open. He's now on probation. And a week ago, he's consuming alcohol still.
Right.
I let him, I can't do it again, man.
Judge,
I understand that you have to zealously advocate for your client, but it's time, no.
what he was telling me was, and he showed me the paperwork, that the day after the alleged violations, when he was reporting to his probation officer, he doesn't understand how he would have tested positive when they would have tested him the next day. In fact, he actually got tested recently for drug testing. So they're drug testing him there and for alcohol. So I'm just letting you know what.
I have a scram. He's still testing positive for alcohol. It's unacceptable what's going on with you, Mr. Martinez. No. You know, I'm not ready to take this deal now. And I think that it's.
Judge, my only concern is if he goes in, as you know, with this administration, he's not coming out.
Consequences, man. Actions have consequences, Mr. Martinez. You know that. You continue to do whatever you want to do. You continue to consume alcohol. You know, you continue to put other lives in danger. It's unacceptable. I'm sorry, Marcos.
I'm trying to.
I know you are, but there's two open DWIs. He's on a second bond violation. It's not fair that I don't hold him accountable like I do every single other person here. I can't curry favor just because he may be undocumented. It's not fair, you know?
I understand.
Yeah, I'm revoking your bond, dude. You're going to jail.
But if he's gonna be evaluated and most likely he'll get treatment, which is what he needs. Putting him in custody, he's not gonna get the
No
treatment.
matter what we're doing, no matter what conditions I have bent over backwards not to put you in jail. You literally had another DWI open, did not put you in jail. You have one bond violation report. I did not put you in custody. Now you have a second. It's now time to pay. I can't let you go again because I need you to understand that we mean business and you're not getting it. Even that you're on probation, you have an open DWI here. You still consuming alcohol. I'm sorry, Marcos. You're going to jail. It goes with you. Marcus, it doesn't make me happy, dude.
I understand.
But
Get it.
that's it.
Pero cuando era? Vamos atrás.
What we can do, Marcos,
Marcos. Yes, Judge.
go ahead. Just,
No.
I'm gonna set the bond at 5,001. You know, you guys bond out, try to bond out, do what you need to do. Get them out, we can set them up for a TRAS, and then we go that route. But I want to know 100% that sober court is the way we go, because I want to do things the right way. You know, it's only fair.
I understand. Okay, thank you, guys.
Money.
Yeah. Morning, Judge. The plea on Ms. Johnson.
You ready? Good morning, Ms. Johnson. Ma'am, you're charged with failure to stop and give information, which is leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. Is this what you want to do, man? You realize that this is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. You'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up.
Like any new cases?
Yeah, if they can use this to enhance your punishment. You're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Is this the only offer that you have? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported excluded from the country, deny naturalization, you give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Do you understand? Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, send it to the agreement. I'm going to roll your court costs. Good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks. They did offer deferred or no?
Yeah, if it's.
No, we just talked, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, thanks. Hi, counsel, coming up.
I have two cases. They're both in custody.
Okay.
The first is Adrian Hernandez.
Page 44, Judge.
Okay. Okay, what would you like? Do you want to reset? Do you want to do something today? Tell me, what would you like to do?
Yes, Your Honor. So, Mr. Hernandez had a case in felony court, which was disposed of yesterday. So he's now being held only on.
Our case.
Yes, only on this. So, I would ask the court to revisit his bond and to set it at a PR bond. And I would ask the court to consider that, he does have, his mother does live in the Houston area. And he understands.
Are you going to ask for both on both cases? A PR bond, or on just this one?
Just on this one.
Do you mind bringing out Adrian Hernandez, please? Please. Who's your other case? I want to admonish him, but.
Marco Hernandez. Yes, and on that, I'll ask the court to keep the bond as it is.
He picked up a felony. Ah! You're killing me, man. So we have him on a gun case. He has picked up evading arrest in a motor vehicle, 2 aggravated robberies, and he's now at no bond and engaging in organized crime with using or exhibiting a deadly weapon.
Well, yes, Judge, and on that case, I would just ask the court to consider that although the felonies they're very serious allegations, they are just allegations.
I understand.
There are no convictions.
I get it.
He's on a $30,000 bond for the evading, which is out of the same transaction. So he's already on a bond for this transaction.
So it looks like, sorry, so he picked up our gun case, looks like with the evading arrest in motor vehicle. They filed the aggravated robbery on the 15th and then the 17th. Alex, do the ag robs happen on the same day as the evading arrest in a motor vehicle? Regardless, a month later, he must have been out because he picks up an engaging case in December.
All right, it looks like they took place before the evading cases.
What about the engaging? Does that happen before or after?
That looks like it happened.
Say it again?
Just want to double check. It looks like it happens before as well. Before our gun case in the evading. Because it happened on.
I think you're correct, Mr. Klossberg, because it looks like I'm looking at the engaging or an organized crime. Well, it says October 31st and continuing through or on or about November 7th, which regardless, that's still before, right?
Yes, Judge.
The ag robs.
It looks like it goes after the ag robs, but before our gun case.
The ag rob was on November 5th, one of them.
Judge, this is Adrian Hernandez?
Marco Hernandez.
We're talking about Marco Hernandez. That's Adrian Hernandez.
Oh, okay. I think I shredded this.
You are correct. I will do nothing to those bonds because it looks like the engaging, both ag robs happen before our case. I'll leave it as is. And then they're set for March 25th. That's a little bit too long for us. We usually set it for like 30 days. If nothing has happened upstairs, then we'll give you another 30 days after that. Okay? Good morning, Mr. Hernandez. How's jail? I feel your pain. It's not supposed to be fun, right? But it's there for a reason. Your lawyer is asking me to give you a PR bond. It looks like, from what I see, your possession case got you were here on the discharging, right? Is that what was upstairs that got disposed of?
Yes, Your Honor. The felony upstairs was the discharge case, and it was reduced to misdemeanor.
What happened with that? Did he plead to it? Because I'm not showing in the
Yes,
system yet
Judge.
what happened.
He pled to it yesterday, Your Honor.
What did he plead to?
He pled to 100 days in Harris County Jail.
Say how many days credits?
It does not, I can see, Your Honor.
Is he eligible for release?
Yes, you said case number.
It's, the felony case is 185-9309.
This is time served, 100 days for 100 days for 84 days.
And he pled on a felony? So he has a felony conviction now?
Yes,
Do you want me to give you a PR bond? I want my community safe. You know, I don't want you to do anything that you're not supposed to do. I don't want you to pick up any new cases, and I don't want you to have any weapons. You understand where you're going to be living now? You really have a place to stay with her? How old are you? So what are you going to do with your life now? I want to give you the opportunity, but the problem is, Mr. Hernandez, is that when people have too much time on their hands, they become self-destructive. They start doing things that they shouldn't do. They start hanging out with people who are not good for them, so to speak. You know what I mean? So you need something to do. Either get back into school or get a full-time job. If you want me to give you a PR bond, I will. But the condition is no weapons, and you either must get a full-time job or get back into school full-time. None of this doing nothing for the rest of your natural born life and you become nothing and in and out of jail. That's not the way that we do things. Do you understand? So what I'm going to do is I will give you a PR bond, but I'm going to bring you back in 2 to 3 weeks. I want to see what you have done to either get a full-time job or get back into school. I have resources here to give you if you need it. If you want help getting a job, we can do that for you. But if I let you out and you're just running amok and doing nothing, it's not going to go well. I don't want you consuming alcohol or illegal drugs as well. Do you understand? Okay, I'm going to grant your PR bond. I want it back in 3 weeks. I want you to show me what you have done. Start putting in applications like crazy to get a job. Do you understand? Okay. Mr. Hernandez, you hold the keys to the jail cell. No one else does. All right?
Thank you.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
So we have to process a PR bond because I guess he just never got one. Is that what it is?
Can I see the case?
Yes, but we need to do a lot of paperwork, but yes.
I want to confirm he has a bond. Is that correct, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for wearing a tie. I didn't expect to be in court today. I have a case on the docket tomorrow, Your Honor, Cueva Gonzalez. I still have to get some more information to the DA's office regarding a mitigation packet. I just need a 3-day continuance.
3 days, I'm okay.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
For sure. Hi, you got a case?
Yes, I do. I'm here on Miss Torrance. Torrance, she's in custody. She's the one we revoked her bond.
She's there now?
Yes.
Okay. The bond?
Well, I think you set her a bond. I'm here today to see if you would consider reinstating her bond or lowering.
Oh,
I believe it was 7501, if memory serves,
yeah. When did we take her in?
Monday.
What do you think, Alex?
Sorry, you called me over before I could talk to him.
No, you can look at it.
I was apologizing for jumping into the conversation with Ms.
It's okay.
Watson.
So she's here on Torrance.
Right, and
Yeah.
We took her, remember, on Monday because she had the BVR again.
the only concern I have is it seems like there's repeated sets for bond forfeiture, so it seems like she's in.
Well, she was.
No, that's because
Is that because of this continue? Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, then we wouldn't be opposed to lowering it. So
she wants a PR bond.
we'd be
Well,
opposed. to
Judge, I
PR.
gotta ask. I mean.
I know.
If I don't ask, you can't give it to me.
I will. I don't know if I'm ready yet.
Okay.
How is she?
Without,
Is she getting it?
without betraying any confidential communication, yes.
You mind bringing out Ms. Torrance, please?
And she's over in the court 8 holdover. Okay.
Is this our last case? Vic, is this our last one?
One more on bond, council needs to approve.
Is it me?
No.
I think it's someone else.
Oh, I emailed you another proof that Will sent me.
I don't know what this is. I mean, Pete, what is this? It's just a payment detail, a visa, which says GED, high set test prep job skills program.
So Monday,
No, let's do this. Let's ask Will to zoom in tomorrow and we can talk about it.
Did you go on? Judge, who's the bill orders on Davis for his bond stats?
You said Davis?
Yeah, on both of his cases, the Kendrick Davis.
Oh, yeah. I will.
hey Kelsey,
Get
are
started.
we expecting a dismissal for Fairman? It was noticed by judge. I need to look at it more, I don't know the lawyer on. Okay, you want me to put it on for last Monday? Perfect, thank you so much.
Ruben, chat me who you got.
Judge, he is approaching on page 22.
Good morning.
Morning, Judge.
What's jail?
I've seen better days.
I'm just trying to get through to you. I don't know how else to do it. You know, it doesn't make me happy to put you in, but you have to know that we're serious, that we don't play games. You know, I can let you go so many times, but I can't continue to do it over and over and over because you're not going to take it seriously. And at some point, I become an enabler, meaning that you start to think it's okay for me to do what I'm doing because I'm going to just get away with it. One, that's not the case. She's asking me to let you out. But how do I know that the same thing's not going to happen again?
Judge, would you consider putting a scram on her that way? Because she's currently on the portable. And if the issue is just, excuse me, just not remembering to blow or having it with her, the scram is going to be 24 hours continuous monitoring.
Alex?
Yes, if there's going to be continuous monitoring, we wouldn't be opposed to reducing it, but we'd still be opposed to a PR bond, Your Honor. But
you know now you don't have anyone to bond you out. They don't want to let you go. What are you doing with yourself now? I mean, are you in school or you're working? What are you doing with yourself? Where do you work?
I had a at-home job for an insurance company.
Who do you live with?
Live with my sister.
How old are you?
22, about to be 23 in April.
You have any folks around?
What do you mean?
Mom, dad?
Mom lives in El Paso.
Do you not have any communication with her?
I do.
Why so far away from mom?
I want to live with my sister.
Came here, and it's not going well for you. You came here, you're now on your second DWI. So looks like you coming to Houston has probably been the worst thing that could have happened because you're now racking up convictions, you know? I don't know what else to do. How else do I reach you, Ms. Torrance? Because I'm gonna tell you that if I let you out now, look at me. If I let you out, I will never play this game with you again. So help me, if you violate a condition again, you test positive, you do something that you're not supposed to do, I'm going to put you back and I will not give you another PR bond. This will be the third strike. You know what happens on 3 strikes. But you coming here to Houston has not been a worthwhile event. It's time to change. It's time to do something different. I'll grant your request. I'll let you out now. I'll let her out now. But she has to come back so we can get her a scram immediately. And Ms. Torrance, I'm not doing this again. You understand? I'm not asking for much, you know? I really am not. All I'm asking you to do is don't use and don't become a danger to our community. Okay? Right?
Judge, we're just reinstated.
Yep. So she's got to be here tomorrow so that she can get a scram.
I can have the conditions signed today so that she can just go to 49 tomorrow.
Okay? Ms. Torrance, you hold the keys to the jail cell, no one else. All right, good luck, ma'am.
And just for clarification, do you still want her to come tomorrow?
As long as she gets the
Okay.
thing, then.
Okay.
Is this one the reinstated?
Yes.
How much time?
Hi, Ruben.
Hey, Judge, I didn't realize this case wasn't reset. I had requested a reset because I was in trial.
Are you currently in trial?
No.
It actually ended up getting dismissed, in trial dismissal this morning, but that was around like 10 o'clock.
Okay, so your guy, it's an old case, right? It's 209 days old. So I'll give you a week to 2 weeks. He's got to come in here so we can take care of this thing, though.
Sure.
The defendant was working on mitigation. Is that done?
It's a DWI second.
That's what counsel
Yeah,
said.
I don't know. Regardless, it's 209 days old. He needs to come in and take something or we're setting it for trial. So 1 to 2 weeks, whatever.
Okay, how is February 18th through the 20th?
February 18th through the 20th.
Check it right now, Your Honor. The 20th is a good day.
All right, it's yours.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Hold on a second. Hold on, Ruben. You have an offer on the case?
Your Honor, one moment. I didn't get the cause number.
There is an offer, Your Honor.
251-4610. Shane Hebert.
Okay, let me just look real quick.
Please.
So there's a 15-month probation and a 30-day jail offer.
Okay. All right, you got it, dude.
Thank you so much, Judge.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Will.
Okay. No, I just.
Oh, I might, okay, there we go. I don't like that. Hey,
How are
Judge.
you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, the stuff that he gave me, it's all piecemeal. It means who knows what. It means when he's doing it, I have no idea. I mean, really, it's like he's giving me stuff on a bar napkin, you know? Really.
Yeah, the first couple of things I was like, come on, man, like, and I think the
Really?
last thing I just sent over, I had used that before as someone's proof that they were enrolled, but what do you need to see? I'll try to get it from him. I mean,
I want to see his name on course paperwork with some kind of date that we know it's happening now, not 3 years ago. You know what I mean? I have no idea.
okay.
I
mean, I know for sure this guy wasn't getting his GED 3 years ago.
The receipt you gave me, it's like he's intentionally trying to hide stuff, Will.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm putting him on the docket for Monday. He's got to be here unless he gives me something that's completely legitimate. But he's playing games.
Okay.
All right.
I'll try to get something.
You can appear via Zoom. He
Okay.
can't.
I mean, I'll be in trial, but I'll try to pop over. So something with his name.
You look
current-
like you've gotten a gut punch, man. Don't worry, man. What's, you know? really.
I just got a big trial. I'm picking on Friday, so it's messing me up. Okay, I'll try
Listen,
to,
wait, when are you set?
on trial, for trial?
Yeah.
Friday, I'm picking Friday, 2/30th.
Oh, what are you picking?
Indecency, sexual contact, and yeah, indecency by contact. It's just
Then you can have later in the week if you want, you know? Well, it doesn't have to be Monday.
Honestly, doesn't bother me. I'll see what he can give me. So something that shows.
I mean, I'm not asking for anything outrageous here. Just show me that it's true and legitimate. That's it. You know, when you sign up, you get more than that.
Yeah, something with a date maybe that shows like when he was enrolled.
Something so that I see that he's actually enrolled and he's not trying to pull our leg like he's not. You know, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. Okay, man.
Yes, sir.
So you want me to put on for Monday or what do you want me to do?
Monday's fine.
All right, done.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, friend. Good luck.
Yes, sir. I'll see you soon.